It can happen to any of us, a sudden health crisis that just upends your life. Well, a local stroke survivor is sharing her story to highlight the support she received. And Nancy Alvarez is here now. Nancy, so this person is shining a light on a volunteer who just strolled into her hospital room and really just kind of changed the course of her recovery.
Oh my gosh, Mayor, I'm so excited to introduce you to this incredible woman. That volunteer, Leslie Miller, a survivor herself, is making a huge impact on countless patients at AdventHealth, just one visit at a time. Meet this week's community champion.
I called my mom. I said, Mom, my head.
Maxette Mark describes her fear, alone, an excruciating headache, no control of her arms.
I scooped my butt outside and I started to cry. I said, somebody help me, please.
Maxette woke up at AdventHealth to the news she had a stroke. She began rehabilitation, and that's when Leslie Miller entered her life. Leslie told Maxette her story. It began in the middle of playing a board game with her family.
I felt like a sword was going right up the back of my neck into my brain. It was like the worst headache.
She was airlifted to AdventHealth. Brain surgery soon followed.
They cut from here all the way back here. My aneurysm was in the posterior communicating artery, so quite far down in the back of my brain.
Her recovery compounded by bouts of depression.
I was different and I was trying to deal with that. And that was really hard. Oh, look at you with no hands.
Leslie found the key to bouncing back was giving back. She is part of a peer support program at AdventHealth, meeting with patients suddenly thrust into a new reality.
We try and give them their survivor's perspective and resources that we wish we'd had.
The emotional support comes in many different ways. One of her recent patients, Santa.
He couldn't really talk after his brain injury. His biggest concern was that he was not going to go out there and be able to make all the smiles on these children during Christmas time.
So Leslie helped Santa spread Christmas cheer for hospital staff.
He got all dressed up, and when he was out there, he was able to get out, ho, ho, ho.
From those big moments to quiet talks with Maxette, Leslie brings joy, motivation.
Because of you,
Thank you.
and you came to my room, you make me turn to a different direction.
A direction toward healing and hope. On a path, Leslie makes sure patients don't walk alone. Here, they walk with a WESH 2 community champion.
Somehow when I go and meet with patients, I get energy. It's like the adrenaline kicks in and I feel like me again.
Leslie is joining me now in the studio where we're trying not to cry.
Yes.
Leslie, first of all, you helped Santa get better. You may have saved Christmas. So we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Okay.
That's a big deal. That is a really big deal. But first, I want to ask you about something, that you mentioned when we talked at the hospital doing that story. It's, one thing to talk about recovering physically from something like what you went through, but the mental health component of it all is a whole different story. And you talked about that. These are the scars you can't see, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So when you think of somebody who's had a stroke, you think of the physical things that happen to their body, paralysis on one side of their body, not able to move some of their limbs. They don't think about the things that are invisible. And when I went home, all I had was a scar. I had no other visible signs. And I went through depression. I didn't understand the emotions I was going through. And I didn't know where to turn. So I think I sat on the couch for 2 years straight, just not understanding what I was going through and hoping for help. And by the way, it was during COVID.
Yeah.
So every time I tried to reach out to a mental health counselor, I couldn't get anybody to return my calls because they were swamped.
And that complicated things even more for
it
you.
did.
Well, what you did was you turned into yourself and you looked within yourself for ways, to get better. And one of those was, as we mentioned, giving back. That must have been, and it still is, so empowering, right?
It is. And I love volunteering at AdventHealth Winter Park. They really gave me the opportunity. Frances getting me involved in that and Beth helping me through it. And I get to go in and I get to talk to the patients and give them the information I wish I'd had, give them the support I wish I'd had, and to give them some resources so nobody has to go through what I went through for those first 2 years.
And talk about the difference it makes. I mean, the impact that you're having day in and day out. I know you don't want to talk about yourself and sing your own praises.
I know.
But wow.
I know. I do it to help me heal.
Yeah.
But actually this morning, Beth sent me some survey results. We've been doing surveys to see the impact it's having on the patients, and I was almost in tears when I looked at the great impact it's having on people. They really enjoy the conversations. It helps them think about their healing different, what things they can do to expedite their healing. So it's really made a difference to me. So I am helping people, and I like that. Thank you.
Absolutely. And I want you to speak to people who may be watching this at home and thinking, oh, I don't have the time, or it's too hard, or maybe I don't have, the qualifications to be there in a hospital room with someone when they're just, waking up from this life-changing ordeal. It's not that hard, right? Can you talk a little bit about what it's like for you to do it week in and week out?
Let me tell you, the reason I volunteer is twofold. First of all, one of the consequences of my injury is lack of motivation. And I don't have the energy I used to. So number one, it makes me get up on Friday mornings and it makes me go do something.
Yeah.
And the adrenaline kicks in, like it was in the segment. But I also do it so that people have those resources and they go home and they know what to expect, and I can share with them things like the importance of setting some goals and glass half full and deciding happy each and every day.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
One of the many reasons you're our community champion
Oh, thank you.
this week. And I can't get past the whole Santa thing, because that's the other thing. You never know. You're going to walk in a room, you never know who's there,
Yeah.
and you literally help Santa.
Yeah, let me tell you what,
What
I
an
always ask.
experience.
I always ask everybody that I meet with, do you have any questions for me that I might be able to answer before you go home? Is there anything concerning you? And I didn't expect this one. He said to me, or his wife said, because he wasn't speaking very much, he said, he's concerned that he's not going to be able to play Santa this year like he always does.
And he did, because of
And
you.
AdventHealth
Yeah.
made it happen.
And you
AdventHealth
made it
Ritter
happen
Park.
too.
And so it was
Awesome.
great. Yes.
Thank you, Leslie. Thank you for being here. And
Oh.
if you are inspired or motivated to become a volunteer yourself, we want to let you know that we have put all the information you need to volunteer at AdventHealth on wesh.com. So we hope you check it out and do your part if you can. Leslie, thank you.
Thank you
for
so much.
all you do and for being here with us.
Oh, thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it. Thank you.